Are you stuck? Are you stuck? Because you guys, listen, we all get stuck. We all kind of get stuck in this business. And we got to figure out a way to get unstuck. And I'll tell you a little story as I go through here a little bit, because I felt like I was stuck on the past, I don't know, 2 weeks. I was talking to some of you actually, and I'm like, I've got all these people. I've been talking to these people. I've got 26 people on my list of people that I'm talking to, and I'm like, I just can't get anybody to pull the trigger. So it's like, okay, how do you get unstuck? And what I mean by that, guys, is that you're kind of going along and you're building your business, and then suddenly you hit a wall. Right? Maybe you hit a dry spell where you just haven't recruited anybody in a while, or maybe you kind of get bogged down with so many things to do on your to-do list and you just don't even know where to start. Or maybe you just seem to, break out no matter, you just can't break out no matter what you're doing. And all of a sudden you look at your organization and you lose momentum, and then you start losing days, you start losing weeks, and then all of a sudden you lose a month. And the next thing you know, instead of moving your business forward, you're kind of moving backwards. So the question is, how do you get unstuck? Well, there's two different ways, and it kind of depends on your situation. And the first one is getting unstuck by slowing down. Now, I can't even believe those words just came out of my mouth right now, because I don't want anybody to slow down. But there's a method to this madness. And what I mean by that is that if you've been taking like massive action, you've been hitting big goals, you've hit big numbers, and you're recruiting a bunch of people, and then all of a sudden you get stuck, then your solution might be to take a step back and slow down a little bit. Okay, now listen, success loves speed, but you can't keep going at full speed all the time, because you're going to get burned out. And you're going to get burned out, which means you're going to get stuck again. You lose momentum, and then suddenly, you're not doing anything. So when that happens, slow down and focus on just one thing. In other words, just that one thing that's going to help you get a win. Set an appointment today. Give one business presentation today. Hold a training for one of your new associates. Just do one thing, and then the next day, do another activity. And if you do just one thing every day to grow your business, then soon you're going to get into kind of a new rhythm, and you're going to start to build momentum again. And after a while, you'll be able to do more activities again, and your momentum will obviously increase. Now, on the flip side of that, sometimes you're growing your business, but you just still feel stuck. You can't reach the next level or the next rank promotion. Well, in this case, you need to get unstuck. What you need to get unstuck is maybe a burst of new activity, energy, or excitement. Raising your intensity to another level will give you that momentum to break out of that slump. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. If you've been talking to one or two people a day, well, then you might need to kick it up to 4 or 5 people a day. And if you've been holding, one business presentation a day, you might have to do 2 or 3 a day. Now, I might be like shocking some of you when I say this. It's like, Steve, how in the world can you be in a slump if you're talking to 1 or 2 people a day, you're doing 1 or 2 business presentations a day? It's like, it happens, you guys. It happens. And so when you're in a slump and you've got that kind of activity, sometimes you even have to take it to a new level. It's like, okay, instead of reaching out to 1 or 2 people today, I'm going to reach out to 4 or 5 people today. I'm going to try to set 3, 4, 5 appointments today. Because seriously, what happens is you can still reach out to these people, and you've got these appointments set, and then all of a sudden somebody calls and cancels. And it's like, well, okay, now I'm only doing 1 presentation today, and now it's, okay, I don't know if this person's going to come in. It's like, all right, let's ramp it up a little bit. 4 to 5 people a day. We're setting, appointments. We're doing a lot more business presentations. And all of a sudden what's going to happen is you're going to create, if you create, a lot of activity in a smaller period of time, that might break you out of that plateau. And I know some of you are in this exact situation, because I feel like this is where I'm at. This is where I shouldn't say at, because I think I broke out of it. But a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to as many people as I normally talk to, and I couldn't get anybody to enroll. I mean, I went about a 2-week period where I didn't enroll anybody. And I don't want anybody to roll their eyes at that right now, because you're like, Steve, oh my God, if I could enroll one person every 2 weeks, that'd be amazing. And yes, that is amazing. Okay. But I felt like I was really, really doing what I needed to do, talking to a lot of people, doing these calls, just getting people excited about the business, and I couldn't get anybody enrolled. So I stepped it up and I said, okay, I got to talk to more people. I just have to talk to more people. And over the last, here's what's really crazy. I've enrolled 2 people since I've been in Arizona. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm at birthday parties, I'm at the park, I'm at Build-A-Bear, and I'm enrolling people now. It's because I planted the seeds a few days ago, and now those seeds are starting to sprout. So it's that burst of energy that sometimes gets you out of that slump and gets you maybe over that plateau. Sometimes you've got to do more to focus your mind and your energy on really growing your business. But remember, okay, you can't function at that level forever. Or else you're going to become stuck because of burnout. And we definitely don't want anybody to be burnt out. So listen, go create that burst of energy for a week or maybe even a month. Raise your intensity, just long enough to break out of that slump, and then pull it back a little bit. And listen, once again, I can't even believe I'm telling people to slow down, but you can't go at that pace. Like the pace that I was at when I said, I got to talk to more people. Guys, it was frantic. I mean, I was literally picking up the phone, talking to somebody, hanging up, and then redialing. I think I just dated myself there because I said hang up. Does anybody hang up the phone anymore? No, you just push buttons and disconnect, right? But I was doing that. I'm like, okay, who's next on my list? Who's next on my list? Who's next on my list? And I was reaching out to 7, 8, 9 people every single day to plant those seeds. That's a pace. That's a big, fast pace. And you absolutely can get burned out by doing that. Listen, we are all going to get stuck at one time or another. Yeah, I've seen $1 million earners get stuck, and I just told you that this happens to me. It absolutely happens to me. Somebody told me recently, they said, yeah, but Steve, everybody you talk to, signs up. I'm like, no, they don't. No, they don't. Okay. I think I enroll a lot of people because I talk to more people. I think that's the only reason. And what's important is that, you don't ever give up because you get stuck. You figure out the best way to get unstuck. And that might be slowing down or speeding up. But whatever it is to help you move your business forward.